right, guys, thank you so much for sticking with us and welcome back. You're still watching Breakfast Central and we're getting straight into some fashion talk. I'm excited to be joined by Angel Abasi, better known as a style connoisseur. How you doing, girl?
Hi, I'm fine, thank you. How are you?
I'm great, thank you. It's been a minute since I think the last time I saw you, we were trying to do, doing like an Insta photo shoot, right? Exactly. But I mean, let's talk about that. Let's talk about your life in fashion and in interior design as well, because a lot of people don't know that side of you.
I started interior design, I think, very recently. I started with my apartment and, went ahead to do some for two. So it's not something I'm really into right now, two different people. So it's not something I'm really into right now. And I'm obsessed with interior design and architecture. Like, it's something I have a huge flair for. I'm always picking out decor. I'm always picking out room arrangement, flooring. So it's crazy. I really love it. I've not really gone into it just because I don't have the time and I'm doing the whole fashion thing. So, so it really just takes most of my time. But it's something I look forward to. It's like my 5-year plan. So I would definitely go into that a lot more.
I love that, but let's get deep into the fashion thing because I find that a lot of people still don't understand it. A lot of people see, fashion influencers and so forth on their social media pages and they don't understand the monetization of the business. So on your end, how are you able to make work out of looking really good and taking fabulous images?
I think for me is, I don't know what works for other fashion influencers, but for me, I get paid to wear clothes every other day, right? So because I have work that I do during the week and I have a particular day I shoot with my photographer. I get designers from all over, from Lome, from Canada, from Nigeria, send me clothes and they style these outfits and will pay you for it. I get at least 20, I do at least 20 outfits in a day. So I have enough content. So I have enough content over the week. That's how I'm able to post consistently every other day of the week. And aside from that, then there is Insta ads or just ads generally, or event attendance or event coverage. So there's just so many things that you can get money for and from rather. And you're all. I think it's just that if you understand what you really do and you can sell it properly, then you make money from it. Because I don't think a lot of people know what it means to be a fashion influencer. And I tell a lot of influencers that more often than not, for you to be a fashion influencer, you really need to influence the really unpopular brands. I mean, when you do that, then you make money, and I mean those are the ones that are willing to pay you, because I mean well-established brands wouldn't really pay you to wear their outfits, right? Unless in like really tiny cases, but exactly, just a new exactly. So you need to be able to reach out to, I mean, not necessarily reach out, but just be in contact with this really up-and-coming brands. Those are people that will pay you a huge sum of money just to promote their products.
Their product. So I mean, so there's a lot of kind of building the aesthetic as a part of this. And I mean, you've gone vintage and you've gone to town with it. You've owned it. But there's beyond vintage. You have a very specific aesthetic. Is this something that you built over time, or is this your personality? Is this just who you are that's translating through your images?
So what I always tell people is I started fashion influencing just being one of the regular fashion bloggers on there, right? There are a lot of people that are doing what I do, and I needed something to set me apart. So I think sometime last year I decided to do something which meant me segmenting my market, which meant that I would have to focus on one particular thing and do what no other person is doing. And I thought, I mean, everybody has done it all. I mean, everybody's wearing urban wears now. So what makes me different, right? And I live in Africa. I'm a Nigerian. What can I do to be able to please my Nigerian crowd? And then that's when I started wearing a lot of Ankara. And wearing a lot of Ankara really helped me build my followership. It helped me. It pushed me out there, right? And it's more interesting because it was a conscious decision it was a conscious business move to make sure I focus on a particular thing. Moving forward, I realized that I was now the go-to. Everybody was, oh, Ankara, oh yeah, Angel will wear it. Oh, Ankara, oh, Angel will make it. And I wanted it because Ankara was not my personal style. I wanted to also challenge myself because my personal style is usually like urban wears, coats and all that. I'm just like, Angel, you can't really push yourself in a box just because you need to be able to influence people's decision. And I realized that Ankara as well, people kind of look down and like, it's not really our thing, you know. And then I wanted to make it look cool. So you can wear it every day. You can wear it on Fridays for chill Fridays at work. You can wear it on Mondays. You can wear it on Tuesdays. You can wear it on Sundays, and you will still look just as good. So it was just a conscious decision. I wouldn't really say it's my lifestyle. It was just an important business that I needed to do to be able to reach every single person, not necessarily just a particular crowd.
And I mean, talking about some of these trends that, especially people like yourself, are part of building trends, right? To start part of making something popular. Ankara is a perfect example. What are some of the trends that we're looking towards? Sort of, you know, we're going into December, so let's look at 2020 massive trends that we project, that's the word in English, we project will dominate the fashion space, particularly in Nigeria.
I'm really huge on hats, and I think the hats are making a huge comeback, right? I think that people are just understanding, I've always known this though, but people are just understanding that hats really help shape your outfit and bring everything together.
Gives it that extra.
Exactly, make you look so chic.
Yeah.
So I feel like hats they're really having a comeback. And to be honest, most of the time, we don't really get anything new. We just have everything just resurface and make
like
it's just like a cycle. So it's almost like, oh, it's been there since 06 and then it's back. Just like we had the berets, just like we had the socks, the fishnets. Everything is just making a comeback. Even hats are making a comeback. So I don't know if there's a particular thing that I would say we should look forward to, but I think as the year comes, you'll be able to know that, oh, this is just in fashion right now. I think I can't really remember what everybody had a crave for, but I know as at 2017 it was really just the berets, like everybody was going crazy
and neon,
and going crazy, just getting it in every color.
Yeah, exactly.
So I think, and like I said, they've always been there. So eventually, I think they would, just come back with surface somehow.
And now, lastly, before we go, it would be a sin for me to let you go without asking you this. So many different reactions to likes being hidden, and as an influencer, this is directly your income. Exactly. What's your take on it? How are you feeling? Are you positive about it, or are you annoyed?
It's very interesting. A friend of mine asked me very recently how this would affect my business, and I told her that luckily for me, I have two aspects of my business. Like I said, I have the aspect where people reach out to me for what I do. My clients, the people that send me clothes to wear for everyday posts, that's what I call them. These people don't really care about my likes. They're very particular about my content. They're particular about my content and my styling. It helps their brand. So regardless, I will still get paid even if I don't post it on my social media page, right? So I mean, it's a package. I will post it, I will get paid, but still, they will still want me to create the content anyway. So in that aspect, I don't think it will really affect me. But generally, I think when you want to work with brands internationally and even here, I think everybody always looks forward to your social media following, your engagements. How great is it? How great are your impressions and all that? So I think I think for maybe regular bloggers who solely depend on endorsements and all of that, it's going to be a huge problem. But since it's a general issue which everybody's aware of, maybe they can look past that. It might be a little stressful when you have to tell every influencer, please screenshot your impressions, or please show us your back end, your analytics. Let's see what your analytics. So let's see what it looks like. It might be a little stressful, but at the end of the day, I still think that I still have to look at it from a perspective of this thing is really, really a huge problem for millennials. Like people are going crazy, people are just losing their mind because of not being accepted online. Do you understand? So I think that it's a huge problem. But I don't really know if taking away the likes will really solve it. To be honest, it might not necessarily solve it, but whatever it is.
Whatever it is, right? Well, listen, I'm glad we were able to talk about absolutely everything. And the most important point for me is the fact that, the content is going to become more important than ever.
Exactly.
Your content reigns.
Exactly.
So we're not going to stop following Style Connoisseur just because we can't see her likes, because the content is still going to be epic and it's still going to win. Thank you so much for making time for us this morning. This has been legendary. It's Angel Obasi, better known as Style Connoisseur, bringing us some of the scoop on life as a fashion influencer and how she's built her brand, and of course how she will continue to build her brand beyond the likes, honey.